sometimes I feel like Jay Shetty, right? Like, what if he had long hair and told the truth? But it doesn't work. I can't lie that convincingly. You need that British accent. You know? It's like you can say mundane shit like water and it'll sound sexy. Right? All that I can do with my Indian accent is thank you, come again. Yeah, that's what I tell my partners. Yeah. That line is in the Kama Sutra. That's a lie. That's a lie. I'll let you guys figure out which one of those is a lie. But I went to Burning Man recently. I just came back from Burning Man. Like a couple of people, Sam, Amy, whoever, right? One of the most annoying things about us burners is we don't bloody stop talking about it for days after we come back. Like you could be standing in line in a coffee shop, and the guy next to you is like, oh, when I was in Burning Man, the coffee, it's bloody tepid and terrible. Right? And he doesn't give a shit. And he doesn't give a shit that you haven't showered for days and smell like Ladybird Lake after a heavy downpour. Or you've been using sandpaper on your ass, right? No, he doesn't. So I was driving down with my very good friend to Burning Man, and we were talking about intentions, and this was like his first burn, so he was all excited. And he was like, yeah, you know, I want to be present, I want to find myself, I want to be full of gratitude, etc., etc. And he goes like Raja, what is your intention? So I told him, like, I want to find 10 black people at Burning Man. Seriously, that place is worse than Austin, right? I mean, it's like the Republican Party. Yeah. And some of them are like wearing feathers just to honor the land that they stole, in which the party is being made, right? Yeah. Yeah, the drugs can't counter that. There's a Sri Lankan comedian called Vidura who says, you know, when you go to a festival and you see more people with dreadlocks than there are black people, then I think we have a cultural problem. So Sri Lanka is this country, small country south of India. Yeah, you guys are pretty educated. It works outside, yeah, in New Mexico or something. But anyhow, yeah, I stole that joke from Vidura. You just can't say Jay Shetty and not steal anything, right? So it has to come out. Just thinking of Jay Shetty, like what an amazing sparkle pony he'd make, right? Like he's just walking around in the playa and he's like, water, can I please have some water, sir? You know, can I please have some ketamine, sir? Did I get that accent right? No? Sounds like Oliver Twist, yeah? More, sir, please, right? The big deal about Burning Man is, which you guys heard in the default, which we burners call this word the default, which is so bloody pretentious. You know, like the default world without water and electricity. Good shitty stuff. As the Orgy dome blew off, right? And I was like, Sam Altman didn't come to Burning Man this year because GPT-5 sucks and the Orgy dome doesn't. That joke killed it on LinkedIn. Yeah. All the nerds just saw Orgy dome and they're like, yeah! And you guys are like, Orgy, last Wednesday. There's no running water or electricity. It's hot enough to vaporize mercury. You have dust in all curious places. It's you're dehydrated, and the porta potties are like, So when I get there, I find a quiet place. I sit down, I think deeply, and I reflect. I moved from developing India and pay several $1,000s to come back with a respiratory infection for this. But there's a reason. There's a reason I go to Burning Man, right? So it's great. I mean, it's like one of the most fantastic sound, light, creativity, art put by aliens. And there's really not a bad time to be had there. And it's all true. What you see in social media, 100x. right? But for me personally, Burning Man is about community and connection. And when I go there, I keep finding it again and again. The first Tuesday, and the only Tuesday that I was there, I was riding around and I heard this ominous thunder. I knew the rain was coming, and then I saw this place, there's like tacos. And the Austin boy in me was like, tacos, I need to get some tacos, right? It's a religion. So I go, I get some tacos. And by the finished time, I finished the third taco, it poured heavily. I was drenched from top to bottom. And this camp was run by this taco lady, I call her Eve, she's from Arizona. And she like, okay, don't worry. And she took me and other two people who were refugees into her truck. It continued to pour rain, it didn't stop, and we were like, what the hell are we gonna do? And then she jumps out of her truck, getting her feet all muddy and murky, brings us towels, gives us all towels. Then we're hanging out in the truck, she gives us food and water, and there's this other guy from the neighboring camp, and his kids are there. I'm playing with his kids as becoming a kid. And this while he was like, you guys need to get home, and she literally gives us the shirt off her back and gives us all dry clothes. And I did that, I went home, I came back next day, she gave me her favorite hoodie, so I had to make sure I return it. And she came back and she's like, Raja, amazing to see you, and I hug her, and these kids are still there, and they came back, and they played with me some more. And I said bye, and she's like, please always come back for food. And this is what Burning Man is for me. I do hope that you all get to go sometime to experience this kindness from total random strangers, unconditional love, the connection and community. You all go someday, you all can come back, and then you can also say, when I was in Burning Man. And thank you guys. You did an amazing job.